Hi everybody, this is the website boy again with tutorial number 9. Today we're going to be talking about variables, and variable is one of the most important things in PHP, so pay very close attention to it, right? I don't have to tell you this again, but I like to remind you, you need to have a code editor. If you don't, I got a link in the bottom of the description here so of the video, so that way you can go ahead and download what I'm using, Sublime Text. All right, for those of you that want to download my exercise file, this is how you do it: the websiteboy.com/snippets, and there you can also download the table of content, which is located at the home page, well, actually in the left sidebar, and then you click on the category. For those of you that want to subscribe, there you can go ahead and click the subscribe button right there, or you can navigate through the course by clicking the next video and the previous video on in front of you. All right, you should have a link that does that. Now, for those of you that like my video, you show me your appreciation by just clicking this thumbs up, and I will appreciate it very much. I'm gonna keep making more videos. All right, for those of you that already like my videos all the time, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You don't know how much. Wake me up in the morning and you keep me up at night. Thank you so much. And let's talk about how can we do some variables in PHP. All right, let's go ahead and do some variables. If you've done variables in other programming languages, you know that a variable is a container, and that we put specific values in there, and we refer to those values by the using the variable name later on. Now, if you haven't done variables, it's better that I show you how that works. All right, so let me just go to the now. Even for those of you that know what variables are, it's good that you know how to actually use them in PHP and what not to use in PHP. All right, so we're gonna open our document root. We're gonna go to our co-editor, and we are going to drag or open blank.html in there, and we're going to do a save as. We're going to call this variable, or variables is fine since we are going to be using different variables. Let's open a URL, um, a window in the browser. Let's go to our root inside here, and we're going to be clicking on variables, right? So we are in the root of our document. You can see it on the browser. Let's type some PHP here. Let's create our tags, and let's create a variable. The way you create variables in PHP is very easy. All you have to do is put a $sign and then the name of the variable, and then an equal sign to put assign the value of it, and then we assign the value. So let's put ed is the name. So this variable now has the value ed inside there. All right, for those of you that don't know that. So now there are good ways of actually naming variables, and there are bad ways in PHP. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. But before I do that, actually let me do that first, and then I'll show you how to actually use variables. So naming variables in PHP with lowercase is it's a very good idea. But then you start going with, even this is fine. All right, capital in the beginning is fine. You can also use lowercase in the front, and then you use in the second word you use a capital. That's fine also. Now it starts getting bad when you go like this and you do this name, and then you create something like this. You see that even my co-editor doesn't like it. All right, so because this is like a minus, a subtraction symbol in PHP, that's why it doesn't work really good in there. Right, another bad way of doing variables is that I see people doing it is using this, and which you cannot use because this is reserved for um, PHP. All right, you cannot do that. And another way is this one, underscore twice. Really bad. All right, so I mean this is acceptable, but still not good practice. So make sure you don't do that. Right, now you can also put numbers on variables. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. All right, so now that you know how to use variables, let's go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna leave it on. I'm just gonna comment this out. I'm gonna select all of it, and I'm going to use a command / in my co-editor to comment all these lines out. And I want to show you how to use a variable. So let's go ahead and use one. TWB, let's hold the value of TWB there, and let's go ahead and echo that variable out. So echo, We use the name, the dollar sign, and the name of the variable. And when we refresh, we see the value of the variable. So that's what a variable is. You can put any value inside this a variable, and then you can use the name of the variable to use this value to whatever you want. It doesn't have to be printing it out on the screen. It could be actually using it inside a function to do something else. All right, so make sure that you understand that. Now you can also um, mix put variables together. Okay, just to for you to know. Now this won't work because I have not defined this variable. It's gonna give me an error on the screen. Refresh, and you see that I need to actually define my variable up here. Actually, not here. Here, it could be anywhere. All right, I'm just gonna do it here so you see that it works anywhere. But you need to define your variable first. Actually, create a value to it. Refresh. That gives you an error because you have no value, right? So you need to put a value to that variable to use it. So last name would be Raymond. Actually, Raymond, that's not a last name, is it? All right, and save. Make sure that you always put your semicolon at the end of your variable. You need to let the PHP know that you're done with it. All right, so that's how you let it know that you are done with it. Always put a semicolon at the end of your code. Even for functions, always put a semicolon. All right. So this is how you do that. You can also do something like this: 24 plus 34, actually right here, and you can echo that out. Refresh. You see that 68 there. Let's comment all this out. You can use echo just to do some math stuff there, and you can also use this. You can also write this number, and you can assign it. For numbers, you don't use quotes. All right, keep that in mind. So, and then you echo it, and then you just echo that right here, save and refresh, and you can see that. All right. So I just wanted you to get a really good grasp on variables. All right, and later on I'm going to show you the different variables that we have. All right, so anyway, thank you so much for looking at this tutorial. I hope this was able to help you out, and if it did, like it, share it, and go to the next video and continue your learning. Thank you.